Welcome to this explainer. I am incredibly excited to have you here today. Look, if you've been hearing all the buzz around AI and you're sitting there wondering how to actually deploy it safely and effectively at a massive scale, you're absolutely in the right place. Today, we are completely demystifying Microsoft Copilot Studio. Because, based on the source material, we aren't just talking about those old, clunky chatbots anymore. No way. We're talking about highly autonomous, intelligent AI agents that can literally scale your customer and employee engagement without adding a single headcount. All right, let's dive right into this. To really unpack this, we're going to look through 4 different lenses today. We've got the age of AI agents, building your first agent, connecting knowledge and tools, securing and governing those agents, and finally, diving into the pricing plans. So what are you actually going to walk away with today? Well, we're covering the top enterprise use cases that actually deliver real ROI. You're going to see exactly how to build an agent with literally zero code. We'll look at how to hook up external data and trigger real-world actions. We'll unpack that absolute must-know 5-phase IT governance lifecycle to keep everything secure. And finally, we'll break down the exact pricing and credit models so you know at this cost. Let's get to it. Section 1. The age of AI agents. Transforming customer and employee engagement. Now, if you're a business leader, your reality right now probably looks a little like this. Customer inquiries, new channels, and expectations for instant replies are just exploding, way faster than your ability to hire. But check out this metric. Data from dozens of enterprise rollouts shows that just 1,000 monthly automated conversations handled by a Copilot Studio agent replaces roughly 20 to 40 hours of human time. I mean, think about that for a second. Even at the paid tiers, wiping out 40 hours of repetitive manual work every single month, that delivers a massive 5 to 10x return on investment. It's not just some pie-in-the-sky theory. Once you get past your first 30 days of data, it is highly predictable math. And we're not just talking about trivial tasks here. Real enterprises are doing this today. They're deploying 24/7 product support agents hooked into SharePoint for instant answers. They've got HR navigators knocking down routine PTO questions by up to 70%. Take the Miami Dolphins, for example. They use an agent to handle thousands of fan requests, automatically resolving an incredible 97% of those conversations. That frees up their human reps to actually focus on selling tickets. Or look at Rabobank out in the Netherlands, blending AI and human support to handle 80,000 automated calls every single month. That is the kind of true scale we're talking about. Hey, real quick, if you're getting value out of this explainer, do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button right now. We are so incredibly close to hitting our milestone of 1,000 subscribers, and your support is what helps us keep bringing you these deep dives. All right, enough of that. Let's roll up our sleeves and actually build something. Section 2. Building your first agent. The maker's journey from idea to AI. Okay, shifting into our maker persona now. The absolute magic of this platform is that everyday citizen developers can build these powerful agents without writing a single line of code. We're going to look at a great example, creating a customer service agent for the fictional Kevin Cookie Company. We're going to call him Chipbot. Building Chipbot takes exactly 4 steps. First, you just describe what you want in natural language. Second, you upload your static knowledge, like a company FAQ Word doc. Third, you give it some behavioral instructions. And fourth, you just hit publish. It really is that straightforward. Seriously, you don't need Python, you don't need JavaScript, you just use plain English prompts. You literally just type something like, create an agent that answers customer questions about the Kevin Cookie Company using our FAQ. Add some humor, we are after all a cookie company. And boom, just by typing that, Copilot Studio generates the agent, sets up the foundational logic, and even gives it a personality. It's basically like writing a job description for a brand new digital team member. Section 3. Connecting knowledge and tools, giving your agent brains and brawn. For an enterprise agent to be truly autonomous, it needs both brains and brawn. Now, for the brains, you have to graduate from static knowledge up to dynamic data. Uploading a PDF is a great start, but the second that file changes, your bot is instantly outdated. The true enterprise move is connecting directly to dynamic sources, like Azure OpenAI, Microsoft Dataverse, live SharePoint sites, or even an Oracle database. That way, when your underlying data changes, your agent instantly knows it. It's always pulling the real-time truth, all while respecting your company's security rules. And then you've got the brawn, which we call tools. Tools are what let your agent go from just answering questions to actually doing real work. You can connect these agents to over 1,500 different applications. Imagine this. You set a trigger so the moment a customer emails your support inbox, the agent wakes up, reads it, and responds. It can trigger Power Automate flows to instantly update your CRM. You can even hook it up to the Outlook connector, so after chatting with a customer, the agent autonomously drafts and emails them a summary of the whole conversation. Totally hands-off.
Section 4. Securing and Governing Agents, the IT Administrator's Guardian Playbook.
Now, I know what the IT folks are thinking right now. Giving an AI access to your databases and letting it send emails autonomously, that sounds like a total security nightmare. And that is exactly why adopting a strict 5-phase project lifecycle is absolutely critical here. It starts with discovery and planning, aligning stakeholders, spotting data risks. Then architecture and design to properly isolate your environments. Phase 3 is build and integration. Phase 4 is testing, deployment, and launch using proper ALM pipelines. And finally, Phase 5, monitoring and optimization, using dashboards to catch any weird usage. You've got to treat these agents with the exact same rigor as any massive enterprise software rollout. To help you do that, Microsoft gives administrators incredibly granular control through a tiered governance structure. These settings flow from the very top. You've got tenant-level settings, which flow down to environment level, and finally down to agent-level settings. What that means is you aren't just crossing your fingers and hoping the bot builder makes good security choices. IT holds absolute top-down veto power. Let me break that down to make it super clear. At the top, tenant level, an admin can literally flip a global switch that blocks all generative AI usage across the entire company, or stops random employees from spinning up free trials. But the real superpower is at the environment level, using data loss prevention or DLP policies. IT can set a hard rule that says, okay, in the HR environment, this agent can connect to SharePoint to read policies, but it is strictly blocked from ever using the HTTP or Twitter connectors. That ensures your sensitive data never ever leaks out into the wild. Section 5. Copilot Studio Pricing Plans, the Buyer's Guide to Licensing. All right, let's pivot to our final persona, the procurement buyer. The big thing to understand for licensing is where your agent actually lives. If you're building internal agents just for your employees to use inside Teams or M365, Copilot Studio Access is actually bundled right into the standard Microsoft 365 Copilot license, which is $30 per user per month. But if you want to publish a bot to the outside world, like a customer-facing bot on your public website, you'll need a standalone plan. You can do the pre-purchase plan, which is $200 a month for a pack of 25,000 credits, or you can use a flexible pay-as-you-go model tied to an Azure subscription, which is great for scaling without a big upfront commitment. Since I just mentioned credits, let's quickly define what that actually means under the hood. So procurement is totally clear. Copilot credits are basically a flexible, usage-based currency. Whenever your agent does something, whether that's summarizing a document, hitting a database, or generating a response for a customer, it consumes a certain number of credits based on how heavy the task was. So that $200 pack, that gives you 25,000 of those credits to burn through every single month. So there you have it. We've walked through the massive ROI, the zero-code building experience, the strict IT governance, and exactly how the pricing shakes out. The technology is absolutely here, it's secure, and it's built to scale. Which leaves me with one final thought to leave you with. Your customers and your employees are waiting for faster, better answers. So, what is your first Copilot agent going to build? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you in the next one.